Hello everybody, so today we're going to be going over my opinions on every single map in the ranked map pool as of Year 5 Season 4, the season Neon Dawn with a Rooney. Um, so we're going to be using this program called Battle Planner. It's just a free thing, you can use it on any browser. You can just use it kind of to look over the maps. I'm going to be using it to help me explain kind of why I like or dislike a map, right? So it's going to be very helpful in that aspect. Um, but yeah, that's basically it. There's not much introduction to it. I'm going to just be saying kind of my thoughts, why I like the map, why I dislike the map, what Ubisoft can kind of do to change it if they ever want to. And I'm going to try and keep this video shorter. I don't want to make it too long, but if it ends up getting long, whatever. And also, I'll be putting timestamps on the screen right about now, so you can go in and if you wanted to skip to a specific map, say you only want to see Border and Chalet get explained, then you'll be able to do that. But anyway, let's jump into the first map here, and that is Skyscraper, the newest map that came into the ranked pool this season. Alright, so I'm be using here, so you see I'm be using this little line. Actually, here we'll make it red, easier to see. I'll be using that just so you guys can kind of see how I'm explaining it. And we'll start here. We'll start with the top floor. So this is the top floor of Skyscraper, and so far this map, I love this map. This is might be my favorite map in the ranked map pool. It is definitely up there. Definitely at least top 3. I don't know. I love this map. Everything about it. It's just a fun map. You can run a lot of different roam strats on defense, anchor, and like turtle strats. You can really do anything on the defense and you'll still have a chance. And then on attack, there's also a chance. It's a nicely balanced map, basically, is what I'm trying to say. There's a lot of different ways to go about it. It's not very linear. It's not like you have to get this wall, then break up this floor, and toss a nade here, and then you'll be able to win. It's like you can breach, say, for instance, you're attacking office and exhibition over here, right? Over here, yeah. You can go about it by attacking this whole half of the map, basically splitting the map in half from terrace and dragon, and just pushing this side, right? Which is really fun to do. That's what I prefer to do, actually. Or you can go breach this wall down here, breach this wall to get control of the small bar, maybe get some soft breach over here, and then get like a plant down over here, right? And then just kind of cover it from repel. But there, like I'm saying, with both those ways, there's plenty of ways to do it. You could go through dragon, right? Breach this wall, maybe plant here. I don't know, I never tried it, but I'm sure with enough preparation it could work. But I don't know, it's just so great. And then for defense on exhibition, you can also do so many things. You can have people roaming dragon and terrace. You could extend them even farther into like T and Geisha. You just have like all 5 playing sight, maybe like small bar, 2 here, 1 here, and 1 here. This isn't really sight, but you can do a lot with that. I don't know. It's just really, I guess the point of the story is it's balanced enough to where you can do so many things with it and bring so many operators that it makes it to be a fun map. The only problem with it in ranked, at least that I see, is a lot of people like to ban it because I guess they're scared of it per se, since it gets banned all the time. Everybody says they don't know how to play it, and then they're scared to bring it out in ranked because everybody wants to get a good rank, you know? And then so it just doesn't get played that often. I don't know. I always try and target ban to get this map because I love it so much. And I know a lot of the people that I team with in ranked also share that feeling of loving this map. It's just a very good map. You can do so much with it. There's obviously, see here, these red lines on the floor mean that the floor is breakable. So there's plenty of vertical play for if they go in one of these downstairs basement or downstairs bomb sites, sorry. And then also you could go below, like if you want to get bandits off of this wall, geisha wall is over here, this wall. You can go below and get them bucks off you, Ash, anybody. So it's not like you're restricted to having to bring a Kali or a Thatcher or a Twitch to get any of those walls. Just makes it for some very nice gameplay because you can use somebody a little bit more useful than like Twitch or Kali, because Thatcher is also normally banned, you know. I don't know how often he's banned in other ranks, but in like low plat, high gold, he's got almost like 100% ban rate, so it's kind of scary to figure out what to do without him. But anyway, I think that pretty much sums up Skyscraper. Like, if I had to rate this map on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being worst, 10 being best, I would say I have to give it probably a 9. The only thing that really sets me off about this map that I don't like about it, I guess, is kind of just the way that, like, doesn't seem like this area of the map gets used too much. I guess kind of this whole area gets used too much because of the fact that people like to run tea and karaoke and exhibition and office as bomb sites, right? It's like their first 2 sites. Most of the time, no matter how defender sided or attacker sided a map be, the other side always gets around. So like, they could defend karaoke, they win. They defend office, the attackers win. They defend office again, then they can win, or the attackers can win again, you know? But it's not likely that they'll go to bar and kitchen or bathroom and bedroom. So this area, there's just not much you can do with it, because they're also one of the places you can't do vertical on, terrace and dragon, is directly above this. So it's like there's not much you can do with it. That's really the only thing I don't like about this map. I like it when maps have like every single part of the map is usable in one way or another. And then the other thing with this, there's a lot of balconies you can use. That's always good. Balcony here, balcony here, here. There's the balconies out here. Balcony outside Geisha. Balconies everywhere. It'll be very helpful for the attackers if they can play well. But yeah, I think that's it. So definitely 9 on the scale. And now we'll be going into our second map, which is Oregon. Let's just quickly type in Oregon, and we will find it. Oregon. Okay. So with this map, again, we'll be using it's the red line, kind of explain everything. We'll start here with the top floor, not the roof. We don't care about the roof. Nobody uses the roof. But with this one, this is another kind of map that I really like. I really do enjoy playing it. The only problem with it is it's a map I get probably at least like between this map and Clubhouse, I've played at least 75% of my ranked games on them. So basically like 3 out of 4 maps of my ranked like season will either be on Oregon or on Clubhouse. That's the only problem I have with it. It's just kind of overplayed, but it is a fun map. Again, for like attacking and defending top floor, it's kind of linear in its defense. You normally have like somebody playing attic, one kids, one like trophy, big window, and then maybe like on the roam. It's kind of what I see a lot. And so it's not, you can't really change it up, you know. You always basically want somebody attic, because if they get control of attic, it's just a really easy plant. You always kind of want someone here just so they can't jump in the big window. Again, with kids, so they can't jump in big window or kids window. You know, it's like there's not much you can really do to change it up, and that's just kind of what I don't like about that per se on like the defense. But on attack, I guess you can go attic, you can go master or games wall, you can try for a big window and like kids window jumping. It's a little risky, but I mean, it could work. I mean, it really just kind of depends. If you don't see somebody big window at the time, you can kind of just jump in, you know, maybe get a free pick on a kids player. I don't know. It's fun, but once you play it a lot and you realize that everybody does the same thing on it, it gets a little boring over time. And then again, with the way that people always take top floor and basement as their sites, like their two top sites, it kind of feels like this part, like small tower, this part of the map, small tower, and like dining, doesn't get used too much. Like if you're going for a traditional take I see a lot for basement is to go through like blue and backstairs and try and get like this wall and box wall. So if that happens, you don't really get a lot of play on like this half of the map, you know. And again, I just don't really like when like a whole half of the map is kind of just taken out of the equation. Just makes it seem a little, I'm not going to say too easy, because Oregon is still a tough nut to crack when you're attacking that basement or top floor. It's not an easy attacking map, but anyway, I don't know, I just don't like that. And then if you switch it up and go for like a freezer stairs and like main stairs take, a little bit more risky, but I like to do that, especially if they're holding elbow down here. Just kind of makes it easier, because everybody's kind of distracted on like this half of the bomb site and nobody cares about down here, right? So I like to go freezer side. But then if you go freezer, it's kind of like you just ignore like this half of the map. That's not as much of the map, obviously. It's just like big tower and like meeting maybe. You probably still want to have somebody close to meeting to watch for like a flank, so that's not totally out of the equation, but it's like you don't really need control of it, you know. If somebody's playing in meeting, you just have somebody watching your flank from like outside this doorway, so they can't come down here or into Z hall. So it's really, it's another thing of just splitting the map. And I know there's not many maps in the map pool that are like you're gonna use every single part of the map every single round. I get that. Sometimes it's like you can get a free push, maybe just right into sight, so you're not even gonna take anything else. But like for this, it just kind of feels like sometimes parts of the map like over here aren't even getting used at all until like maybe the third round, if the defense wins the first two, which is very common that I see it a lot on Oregon, because again, it's not easy to attack. I've seen attackers be a little bit more successful, but I still normally see it go 2-0 in the favor of defense. And then a lot of people like to pick dining and kitchen, and then that sees like this half of the map that you don't really see too often get played a lot. You can get a small tower take kind of here, get these walls open, maybe plant here, that kind of stuff, you know. Yeah, I like to see all parts of the map played at least for one round. You know, like when they're basement, you're not going to use this, but at least you'll use it if they defend dining. At least you'll use this half of the map if they defend dining, which is nice. So I like it. So again, if I was to rate this map, I'd probably have to give it an 8. I don't know. I would say like 9 or even 10 maybe, but I think that it's just way too overplayed. At the beginning of the season, it would probably be a 9, but now that it's towards the end of the season and I played this map like just way too many times, it's gone down to an 8 just because I've gone tired of it, and it just doesn't make it fun anymore. So yeah, that's pretty much it for Oregon. So now we'll load up our next map here, which will be Clubhouse. Another map that is completely overplayed in my opinion. But you guys will see more about that when I rate it. Okay. Now that we are on Clubhouse, we'll open up this again. We're gonna be using this little red pen for everything. So let's go here. We'll start on the top floor with this. Let's think. Clubhouse. Club is kind of another map that is very kind of linear, a lot like Oregon. That's probably why so many people like it. They can see it gets like played one time and then you realize you just have to do that basically every single time, you know? There's not very much thought behind it, kind of like defending CC and Cache, which is a very common bomb site on this map. You're basically always going to have somebody red, always somebody garage, you're always going to have somebody in Cache, like behind this bomb chassis, somebody like a bandit tricking a wall, and then probably somebody in like bottom garage close to like yeah, like down here close to like swamp and lounge. Because another big thing that happens on this map, since Thatcher is banned so often and people just don't want to run Kali, they'll bring an Ash or a Zofia below into lounge and like stock area, secret stairs, all over there, to get bandit batteries, mute jammers, cade claws off the wall and just prevent a trick. So that way they can get this breach open right here. And then they just kind of push garage, you know, get the plant down. It's very the same. Always the same. Nothing really changes. The only thing that really does change about this top floor is sometimes people will go Cache side, breach this wall, because then you basically have you have full sight lines into Cache, right? The only place that you can't see is if they're hiding like right here in tuck. That's what I call tuck, this little corner. If they're hiding right here, you're just not going to see them. But then you just throw a drone in, or like a frag, that's just an easy kill, basically. And then the only other problem with Cache side is if they're red, but you can basically deal with the red rotate with the smoke grenade, so it makes it very easy. Pushing this side, CC side, right, it's more of a plant orientated push in my opinion. You just want to get in there, get a plant down and default behind this stack. And Cache side though, it's more kill orientated, because if you think about it here, if you try and plant right here, you have sights from garage. Here again, there's more sights from garage. If you try and plant over here for no garage, then they can just wall you from red. If the smoke like dissipates, I think that might be the right word, not sure. But if the smoke goes away, say that, then they have sights onto you. If you try and plant tuck, like I said, this wall is normally unreinforced, so they can just wall bang you. And so it's not really a very safe place to plant. So really, what you'll do, you kind of run through, alright, you'll have somebody run through the door, run through here, you'll get in, and then you'll try and get through the red rotate, get through the server door, kill the guy playing in the rafters, kill the guy playing red, and once you have a little bit more control, then you can probably go for a plant, because now you have a guy like here to prevent this wall bang, you have a guy here to prevent wall from red, you'll have somebody still on flank watch to watch the flank from master, So now it makes for a very, very safe playing, you know? But anyway, that's pretty much enough for the top floor. I mean, there's also Master, but people don't normally go Master unless you get the 2-0 on the defense in the beginning, and then you use it as your third site, but that's not all too often. Most of the time in attack and scrapping around. But yeah, I do like how on this map that like all of it can be used. You know, in the two different way that you take this map, it's either you're gonna take it, split it in half here and just go this side, or you're gonna split it in half here again and just go this side. And so I like how no matter what you're doing, you can use any part of the map. At least for this bomb site. It makes it, I like that a lot. Like I said, I like maps that you can do multiple things on and still get the job done on attack or defense even. But defense on this map is a little bit more linear. And then the attacks are linear too. It's just at least you have options, right? You have like 2 different ways you can attack it, but those 2 ways are basically set in stone. You know, there's not much more you can do. And then just going quickly onto the basement here. It's another linear thing. You'll have somebody like Blue, Church, a few army on like the AK and the dummy. And then maybe somebody playing down here if they don't get hatch. But that's not very often. If people really want this hatch, they're going to get this hatch open. Just because if you bring a fuse or a sledge or a buck or whatever, you can normally get Cade Electro Claws. And some people just prefer to not run Cade just in general on it. Just leave this hatch just reinforced. So I mean, it's really just up to the team you play. Sometimes Cade is even banned. But it is nice at least. This is another kind of bomb site for the attackers that you'll have options, right? You can either get the kitchen hatch and like dirt. Let's see where dirt is. You can get like dirt and just kind of go for like a plant over here or back here, you know, because this guy will push up dirt and hold the cross from the AK wall. You'll have somebody playing up here on this hatch that can also hold the cross under the AKs, and then there's a rotate normally made here. He can watch the rotate too. So really, that's basically how like the kitchen attack works, you know. It's kind of another linear thing, you know. You're always gonna have somebody pushing dirt. You're always gonna have somebody on the hatch watching this. There's not really much you can change up about it. You'll probably have like one bottom main too, kind of chilling watching this long haul for less rotates. It's really just a bunch of the same, you know. And once you played the map so much, you keep doing the same thing, it really does get boring. And I get that they can't change it up too much all the time, but I just wish this map was banned more. But then it is nice at least though that again the attackers have options when attacking this. Instead of going kitchen hatch, you could just leave that and get a moto hatch, and then just stock hatch, because that'll help. And then you go down, you know, get like this church wall so nobody can play church anymore. Get a plant down like here or here, you know. So at least the attackers have options again, and that's nice about it. And I don't know. I think it's good that the attackers at least have options. But then again, it's kind of like if you're going for a kitchen drop, I don't really see people play this half of the map, you know? If I realize the team is going for a kitchen drop, it basically means that they're just leaving blue free, you know? Nobody's gonna push secret stairs, nobody's gonna push oil pit, you know? So it just leaves kind of this like third of the map just untouched basically. Everybody just uses the middle. And then another big thing with this map, it doesn't matter what bomb site the defenders are on, you basically never see people playing strip or like the strip hall back here. It's just such a rare occurrence. Maybe you'll see one roamer there, but if a roamer is there, what are they gonna do? They have this hallway is their choke point unless they have a rotate here, and since they'd have no help, opening this up for a rotate could be bad because then they have 2 angles to watch and no extra info to help them. So it's kind of just like if you go and strip and the enemy team knows you're there, you're basically screwed. Unless you just completely outfrag the other team and they just whiff every single shot. But yeah, that's pretty much it for Clubhouse in my opinion. Again, it's a fun map, but just like Oregon, it is very linear. You do the same thing. The defense sets up in the same way. Maybe every now and then you'll see like one little change. Maybe instead of like Jaeger putting an ADS in garage, he puts in like the bottom of garage just to catch nades better. It was just very, very small changes, and it doesn't even, in the long run, it really doesn't do too much. But it's another one of those maps just like Oregon where in the beginning of the season I would have probably given it like a 9 just like Skyscraper. But now that I played it so much, it's really gone down, and I think it's even gone down all the way probably to like a 7. Because this map, it's kind of, another weird thing about it is like the staircases. I feel like with this main staircase right here, it's a little weird to rotate around given this door outside attackers can hold a long angle, and then they can hold a long angle from jacuzzi balk. It's kind of weird to rotate around this staircase, and garage staircase of course too. You can't really do much with this door if they breach these walls. So really your only option then becomes red and secret, and that's just kind of it's kind of out of your way, you know. If you got to get back to site fast, you don't want to have to run all the way through to get there. So it's a little weird on its rotations, but this is more of a map where it's like all 5 people are on the bomb site anyway. Maybe you'll have one roamer that you just send out there and you're like try and waste as much time, you're gonna die anyway, something like that. But yeah, it's basically it for this map. I'm giving it a 7, another linear map, and let's move on to the next one. So the next map is Consulate. So let's just very quickly here go Consulate. Creating, right? Yeah, okay, good. Alright, so this one's a bit of a weird map. And I'm saying it's weird because I don't really play it. Just like Skyscraper, this map, if you see it in the map pool, it's basically an insta-ban. I've played this map maybe... Actually, I don't think I played this map once in ranked. I don't think I played this map once in ranked, so I'm not going to have too many opinions on it. And ranked, I'm more going to be going off of what I've seen in like unranked when I play it. I played it a few times in unranked, and just a few times even that I've been in casual, or just when I've seen it in other videos and such. So we'll start just like the other maps. We'll start on the top floor. The 2 bomb sites obviously being there and there. This map is very repel and window orientated. If you notice here, you have windows here that watch this entire site. You have a window here that watches this entire room. You have windows here that watches this entire room. You have windows here and here that watch this entire room. A window here watching this entire room. Windows all around here watching this entire room. A window here watching this entire room. Window and a skylight even watching all of yellow stairs. So you notice the only safe place to play that you're not going to get seen from a window, and even the window will even see like this part of the map, this part of the desk, and like this part of the desk. So you see the only safe place here, will change colors. The only safe place to play without being seen by a window is like here. Then I guess you can kind of extend it here, and then if you're playing behind the desk, because even if you're in long desk, you can be shot from these open windows. So it's kind of, no matter where you go, you are going to be seen by a window. So a really big thing that you want to do on this map, when you get on this map, if you're playing and you're on defense, a lot of people know this, but bringing a Valkyrie and throwing cameras outside, like you can just yeet one all the way back here to see this repel, to see if there's like claymores or people holding this run out. Because if you can run out, kill these people on repel, that frees up this entire site. So just kind of, You need runouts on this map, but you need informed runouts. You can't just be running out willy-nilly, you know? You need to know where people are, because otherwise it's a free pick for them, right? You think somebody's rappelling here, but nobody is. And then you run out, get detected, you don't even get a kill. And all of a sudden people know, oh, hey, somebody's in Visa. That's leaves maybe, if it's a 3v4 or whatever, that means that they know there's only 2 on site. So they're probably just going to hit site. And it'll be bad for your team. Then another big thing I see people do, this time on the attack side, or something actually that I don't see people do, but people should do on this map, is like running in Nomad, right? Because with most operators, you might have a Claymore, so you could like Claymore this run out, then there's still this run out, runouts here and here. So you have to bring in Nomad so that way you can air drive, because then with Nomad you can air drive this run out, this run out, this run out. Then maybe this run out and this run out aren't often used because, I don't know, most times there's nobody really repelling this side, so nobody's going to run out here. And then there's, most of the time the attackers have control of this area right here, like the bench hall, so you can't really jump out that window anyway. But with these air jobs, now instead of having to have 3 people bring claymores, instead of like breaches or stuns or smokes, or having like 3 people watching the flanks and letting 2 people work site, resulting in like a basic 2v5 pretty much, you have a Nomad that covers all of these. There's no potential for runouts. If they do try and run out and they're not informed about it, right, say this is air jabbed, somebody's repelling piano windows, they have an air jab here, and then there's like a vigil that's trying to run out, and they have no info, they just hear the repel. He runs out, he gets air jabbed, this guy turns, and that is a dead vigil. Now it's a 5v4 for the attackers. So this map is one of the few maps, though, in the map pool. This is one of the things I like about it. It's one of the few maps in the map pool that's actually kind of attacker-sided. The defense can still definitely pull maps out, or wins out, sorry, but it's actually pretty attacker-sided. And then another nice thing about it is, especially with this top floor, it's kind of linear in its takes, but at least you have options with it. You can basically split the map in half, right? You're either going to go admin side, or you're going to repel, kind of get a repel take, you know? And I guess it's nice about it because even if you're going admin side, you're still going to want control on this entire side of the map, basically long desk and main desk. So you're using like the entire map, which is nice. And then for basement really, it's kind of split up. You don't see this side of the map used too much unless there's like a pulse or a roamer. But attackers I don't see go over here too often. They really focus on is they breach this wall and have just a ton of vertical play up in piano and antechamber. And so that just oh, gotta go this way. That makes it for like basically this entire half. Don't even use like this half of the map. People don't really go in through Visa and stuff on the attack. It's just kind of, it's not there unless you're going for like a rush. You can kind of really easily, not really easily, nothing's easy in this game, but you can go this side through Visa, have people drop the hatch, have people drop this hatch, and all of a sudden now you're in archives. You can go through this hall, pipes hall, you can go through this hall into kitchen, you can pinch to the small office then, and then plant like here, and then even helpfuler, or even more help, you can get this hatch, and then get the plant down here. It's basically unwinnable for defenders, because now you have somebody watching diffuser on the hatch. They're going to have to retake second floor in order to even have a chance, which is I don't know, it's nice, I guess. At least you have options. But this archives take doesn't get used too much, so it's a bit different. But overall overall I think for this map, if I had to rate it, I think I would give it a 5, Probably a 5, yeah, because it's an okay map, right? I don't really mind playing it. A lot of people just hate this map in general. I don't really mind playing it. It can make for some fun gameplay because it's really frag orientated, kind of in my opinion. There's not there's not many places to really get a bomb down over here or here without like a lot of control, so you have to get a lot of kills and move a lot of people back. But I think it's bad because of the rotations for defenders. You're trying to rotate up spiral stairs, like I said. There's windows all over here. There's a skylight up here, so it makes rotating up open basically impossible, or spiral, sorry. And then if they try and rotate up yellow stairs, again, there's a skylight right here, a window right here. Sometimes this wall and bathroom is open and you have somebody on the breach watching down here. So basically it makes rotating up yellow impossible, leaving the only staircase open, Visa stairs. And again, that's completely out of the way for a defender to go, because if they're attacking this bomb site and all of your teammates are pushed back to like this half of the map, you're gonna want to try and get like a flank of yellow, but you can't, because you have somebody on this skylight that's just gonna kill you as soon as you go up. So you have to rotate up this staircase, be stuck in the same crossfires that your teammates are, and it really just spells out a loss on that round for the defense. So I think what Ubisoft can do to really fix this map is take away maybe the skylight on yellow, some of these windows on spiral, maybe a window here, maybe a window here. Basically what I'm saying is get rid of a lot of the windows. You'll make it a little bit more easy and a little bit more enjoyable for defenders to actually play, because getting shot through a window when you're trying to hold an angle is just, it is not fun, and there's just nothing you can really do about it, because when the attackers are on the window, they kind of have an advantage. They can just, maybe you'll see their forehead, you'll see that they'll see your entire body, and so it just makes for a bad gunfight on the defender's part. It's just really not good that way. So anyway, a 5 out of 10 for this map. Ubisoft, please get rid of some of the windows and skylights on this map. It'll make it an enjoyable map. Even some of the runouts too. Anyway, though, I think after all that, let's get going to the next map here. So we'll go here to the next map. And the next map going is Bank. So let's just really quickly create this. Okay. We'll start with the top floor. Again, this map kind of reminds me of Consulate. Not so much with the runouts aspect, but with the windows. Especially for this top floor. You have windows. Oh, here, we'll get this into red so we can see it a little bit easier. Especially with the top floor bomb site, you have windows here. Here, we'll zoom in. Windows here, here, windows here. This entire banana, or I guess it'd be, yeah, this entire banana is windowed. You have lobby that has windows all over here that you can get control with. And then on main stairs, there's a skylight. Skylight stairs, there's a skylight, obviously, hence the name. And there's more windows on skylight, and even a door that leads to the outside, so attackers can get more control from the outside. So again, it's another story of Consulate, basically, where there's just so many different window and skylight angles that you can't rotate around, right? In this map, there's actually no rotation, because try and go up skylight, nope, there's a skylight right there. Try and go up main stairs, again, skylight, can't do it. Try and go up banana stairs, can't do it. There's windows all around here watching you. So if you get onto the second floor or even the basement of this map, you're not getting back to the top floor. It's basically impossible to retake top floor. As long as the attackers know what they're doing and they're holding their flanks like even semi-properly, you're not retaking top floor. And that's what I don't like about it. I really don't like that you can't do anything this top floor. You have to need all 5 in sight, right? There's nothing you can do about it. Then that just makes it for kind of a boring game, because then you always have somebody like here, and then one in long desk, maybe one here, you put one in like the front desk too, maybe one that plays stock and just tries to delay and die, knowing they're not gonna get out unless they again outfrag the other team. And so yeah, it just really makes for some boring games. And so for Ubisoft to fix this, maybe get rid of some windows here, get rid of a skylight here, or like here or something, make it just a little bit easier for the attackers to the defenders to kind of get around, and then maybe they'll have maybe it'll be a little more fun. And then with the basement too, the way that the basement is laid out, look at this, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hatches that the attackers can work with. It makes it so hard for the defenders, because the only place basically that is safe for the defense with all those hatches is this red vault. And if you extend just even a little too far, like I think the hatch can see all the way here, pretty sure it gets to this deep into red. If you rotate even just a little bit too far, there goes your toes, dude. It's just done for you, because you can't even fight back. And then with these bars here, and the bars here, that never makes for a fun gunfight. I hate that. It's no fun. And then it just makes attacking it easy, because you get these hatches, right? This hatch and this hatch, and server hatch too. And then you then put somebody down into server, right? You take control of this, breach this wall, and then just plant here. It's the same thing every single time. Maybe somebody will change it up and put somebody into garage to cut off this rotate, right? You'll open this wall, and then now that all of a sudden they can't rotate through red anymore. But that's basically the only change. Otherwise, you're just gonna have like 2 people on this hatch, a person up here, a person planting, and then a person to cover the plant, right? It really just makes for the same thing. So just again, a very linear map, a very windowy map and skylighty map that just results in 0 rotates and just makes it really hard for the defense to try and retake anything, right? Because another thing, think about, they get the plane down here, right? If you want to retake, you're going to have to go this way, you're going to have to use your rotate through here, probably jump through this window, go up the main stairs, and then somehow flank the 2 or maybe even 3 people that are playing an open area on these hatches, right? If you can't do that, then you're not winning that, because they can see this bomb plant from the server hatch, they can see it from the hatch in the small office of open, and then they can hold your rotates completely from this red vault hatch, or from the open hatch, sorry. And so you're not retaking that bomb site unless you can somehow take back this second floor. And that's just not easy, because the only place you can retake it from is this main staircase. The only staircase I can get up. You're probably, unless you win a miraculous gunfight on the guy on this hatch somehow, and this guy on this hatch doesn't see you, you're not going to make it up this skylight staircase. It's not going to happen. So it just makes it for, basically, this is a map, you get the plant down, you win. Kind of like Consulate. If you get the plant down in the basement of Consulate, you win that round. Simple. Just like that. So Bank, if I had to rate it, probably gonna give it a 6. So it's a little bit above Consulate. This one I think is just a little bit more fun, because it's kind of like it's a smaller map, right? It feels big, but it feels small at the same time, so it kind of makes for some different engagements, right? Then it is fun. It's definitely fun on the attack. You don't have to worry about runouts, and you can muscle so much control just from windows and repels. That just makes it kind of fun for the attack. But once you get on defense, it definitely does get harder, but you can still kind of work it, kind of, and I'm saying kind of because it is so hard to keep control of open. Because if you're defending basement, you kind of need this control for as long as you can, right? And it's just not easy to do that, so I just think it makes for some weird gunfights, and that makes it a little bit fun. But anyway, 6 out of 10 for Bank. Ubisoft to fix this, just like constantly get rid of some windows, get rid of some skylights, make it a little bit easier for defenders to retake, and then that's basically it. Alright everybody, so that was a little bit longer than I expected, so I think what I'm going to do is now just cut those 4 maps. Again, I'll go over them one more time. It was Skyscraper, Oregon, Clubhouse, Consulate, and Bank that I went over today. I think I'm just going to post this video because after recording it, I realized that this is already up to like an hour and we still have like 7 maps to go. So if I keep recording now, this video will be at least 2.5, maybe even 3 hours. So I'm just going to post this segment, then I'll do a part 2 and maybe even a part 3 in the days to come. I'll try and get all of these out before the new season. I'm pretty sure the new season comes out like this Tuesday, like the 8th, I think it might be. No, maybe the 9th. Not completely sure. Doesn't really matter. Anyway, I'll try and get the part 2 and part 3 out very, very soon for you guys. And yeah, that's basically it. I hope you guys enjoyed. Like, subscribe. If you guys have any different opinions on these maps, please put in the comments. I'd love to see what you guys think about the different maps and about my opinions on these maps. And I'll catch you guys in the next one.